Michelle Obama is completely destroying Obama's legacy. She is making the first lady position look awful. And on top of that, for some of you that wanted black representation as a married woman, this is absolutely disastrous. How are you good people doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me on the platforms you see above and below, and click the thumbs up button right now. That way my content can stay consistently recommended to you. And if and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification and select all notifications. That way you will be notified when I post a video in theory. Last but not least, don't forget to go check out my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father. And everything I'm telling you to do on this channel, do the same thing over there if you would, please. All right, appreciate it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I didn't want to do nothing on this, but some people who are from various other channels that they watched said, did you see what Michelle Obama went on to a podcast and said? And the first thing I thought about was, is it the failing podcast of her and her brother on there talking, whatever like that? I really had no interest and really don't care what Michelle Obama has to say, because to me, it seemed like she's just making a strong push to try to make herself relevant, right? So anyway, what came about is that some of the comments that she made in regards to, I guess, spilling the beans on some possible things that goes on within their marriage. And some folks just looked at it as being kind of distasteful, and they just don't understand why she's on here doing it. And it makes her role as a first lady look like just, I guess it just makes them feel uneasy and uncomfortable. It just seems weird and off that a former first lady would be on here doing things and saying things like this. So here's what she said.
Former First Lady Michelle Obama has been on quite the podcast spree these days, and it feels like she's airing her and, well, her own and President Obama's dirty laundry. Let's try to look at that.
Sometimes I get in the bed and I'm freezing.
Yes.
And other times it's like, oh my God, take my skin off.
It's like the change in temperature is wild. For any woman, anytime, but especially at this age.
It's a battle with a partner, right? Mm-hmm. Because he's always cold. And I'm like, do not touch. And sometimes I wake up hot and I'll wake him up. Did you touch the thermostat? You touched the thermostat, didn't you? He's like, it didn't, I swear to God. He now knows. He's afraid of the thermostat. I said, I don't care what you do. Do not touch anything in this room.
Yeah, he afraid of that thermostat, all right. But I bet you ain't afraid of that thermometer you packing. If you know, you know. So my thing is, ladies and gentlemen, it just strikes me as being like a little bit weird. Maybe it's just me. You know, maybe we make the mistake sometimes of setting like individuals up in our mind. We exalt them in our mind to a certain like type of level of, I guess, prestige and expectations, you know. And as a first lady, in my mind, that represents like elegance, class, and things like that. I don't know if I would ever see the first lady of any other president going on these podcasts and seem like they're trying to be down, like they're trying to be cool. They still trying to make themselves relevant. I mean, y'all might not agree with this, but I personally believe that, you know, George Bush's wife, she was someone who presented herself with elegance. Melania Trump, she presents herself with elegance. And at one time, Michelle Obama did too. But you would think that once it's over, it's over. Why are we still trying to be in the limelight? Like, what is the reasoning behind it? Why are you trying to make yourself relevant? Or is she actually trying to push forward some sort of agenda that we don't know about yet, that we might end up finding out down the road? But all in all, to me, this is just such an embarrassment. I mean, I cannot imagine you being a former president and your wife is out here doing things on these podcasts. It just don't look right, in my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong about this. Maybe it's just me being a little biased because, like I said, I put people who are in these positions in my mind to a certain extent that they should be somewhere just chilling, going out there fighting world hunger, doing all those things that you were doing before. But to be on these podcasts, like you're trying to make yourself with some type of, I don't know, y'all. It just comes off as being weird. And then she goes further on in the interview and makes a statement that, quite frankly, as a husband, I would be a little bit like, wait, what now? Like, check this out.
I have to say, Brian, if I'm a single girl out there and I find out that Brian Chesky is single and I can like stay in his house,
Here she
have
goes.
you ever?
Go
There you
right,
go.
right to the relationship,
ever-
Brian. You don't have to be feel pressured.
No, but we've never talked about
he
this.
just got here.
Have you ever?
Her and her husband have tried to set me up before, so this is
Yeah, I'm very invested in
I appreciate
Brian's love life.
See what I'm saying? I'm just keeping 100% real with y'all. My wife says some stuff like this. We are going to be having a conversation. Why are you so vested in this man's love life? Yeah, why are you so vested? And what do you mean if you were single? What kind of thoughts are going through your head? What if I made a statement like that, guys? If I wasn't married, there's some women I seen that you know what that would do? What is that implying? How would my wife take that? See what I'm saying? That just this is stuff that just gets me. Michelle Obama is literally doing exactly what a lot of type of issues that a lot of people in the black community complain about. You supposed to be, according to a lot of black folks, Michelle Obama is supposed to be a representation of what a black marriage should be like. That together, well, Todd, if they've been married so long, they should be able to openly talk about things like this. You don't get it. I don't care about no openly talking about things. I'm talking about actually implying that you have like a desire for another man, and then on top of that, to turn around and have a desire and an interest in this man's love life. See, that's all on the surface. What we see is all on the surface. But if you want to keep it real, if you do your real research behind closed doors, come on now. What are you saying, Ty? Man, let me tell y'all something. If you research Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's marriage and what was going on up here in Chicago when he was a senator and things like that, and things that he allegedly done, I'm not surprised why she's saying what she's saying. Let's just say that. But it's the part that looks like, to a lot of you, the optics of it is what they're supposed to represent. Now, like I said, you know what they're doing behind closed doors. If you know, come on, Chicago, come on, y'all. When he was a senator, we all heard all kinds of stuff about Senator Barack Obama up here in Chicago. Let's keep it real. And all I'm saying is I know what people can look like on the surface and what they may represent optically, or what they represent in the media or social media, things like that. That's one thing, right? And everybody, their marriage, they're so holding hands. And look how they're looking at each other. That looks all good. But behind closed doors, if you know about Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's relationship and their marriage and what's allowed, then it's no surprise that she would say something like this. But since some of you are only surface driven, all I'm saying is that to me is inappropriate and crazy for her to say that out loud like that. And on top of that, the fact that when she gets on here, she's saying so many different things about her and Barack Obama and things like that. There's things that as a married couple, you don't let the world know. You don't even let family know. You don't let friends know. This is something that it pertains to you and your wife, and it should stay between you and your wife, and vice versa. Why is she out here running her mouth like that as a man? Babe, what you going to go on this show and you're going to talk about? Now, whatever it is that y'all going to talk about, these are things that's off limits. You don't go in there and talk about anything when it comes to this and that and that and that and the third. Yes, that's what I just said. That's what a real husband in his marriage would do. Why? Because as a man, it's my job to protect my marriage. That's what it is. And by you getting out here and saying things like that, now this is kind of opening up all kinds of doors to people that put their stuff into our marriage, something that I'm supposed to protect. So don't go on these shows running your mouth about X, Y, and Z when you're not supposed to be doing that, because I'm trying to protect us from all of that. And now all these other elements are going to flood into our marriage, and now our marriage is going to be on the rocks now. It probably already is, if you ask me. I mean, for her to freely be doing it, like, I don't got to ask the way she's coming off. That's what it is. And look what that does. Look at the message it's sent out to a lot of other black marriages. You don't got to ask your husband permission. You ain't got to go do what you want to. And look, some of y'all are already getting steamed up right now. What you mean permission? What you mean? Yeah, you heard me. That's crazy. Anyway, y'all, I know Some of y'all don't know what it's like to have a husband that's actually masculine and protective over his marriage. It ain't got nothing to do with him trying to be like some type of beat my chest man over the woman. No, it's about the marriage. The marriage is between a man and a woman, or a man and a man in this case. No, I'm joking. Yeah. So if you are a man and you're trying to protect your marriage, that's between you and your wife. It's not like you're trying to have no dominance over your wife. You're trying to protect that union. And by things like this, getting out there in the world and everybody putting their business on it, it will cause strain on that union, which can cause it to break, which in my opinion, like I said, if you live in Chicago and you knew him as Senator Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if I end up with 6 gunshot wounds in my back or something like that and they call it suicide, y'all, come on. I'm joking. Don't come for me. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Was she out of pocket by getting on here and putting their marriage out there and things like that? The thermostat stuff, I'm like, okay, but the other stuff she said about wanting this other man and have an interest in his love life, that to me is out of pocket. You can call it what you want to, and trust me when I tell you, I am not jealous of anything. Todd, if your wife says something like that, that show jealous. No. Something is wrong. If my wife is speaking like that, something is wrong with my marriage to where you would even have the audacity to even have that thought in your mind to desire and say that if you were single. What do you mean if you're single? No, that's if you're married now and you're saying that there ain't no if I was single. It's like, right, man, if I was single, I would. You're telling me that you're desiring that right now, but the only reason why you don't have it is because you're married? That's crazy. Something's going on here and here. Y'all, you let me know what y'all think. Am I taking it too far? Maybe I'm just very protective of my marriage. Anyway, whatever the case may be, you guys let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to do what you see in this animation. Do this in this animation. Okay? If you want to see the next video that I'm going to do in chronological order, it's going to be that one up there. Things as of variety as of yesterday will be here. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, I'm praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.